Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Give all honor, glory, and praise to the Most High. Yahuwah, Bahashem, Mashiach, Yahweh. All right. I want to say happy Passover to everybody out there that was able to keep it in an orderly fashion. Unfortunately, I wasn't, but the Most High still allowing me to open my mouth and bring forth the word and have a mind to reverence him anyway. So with that being said, Passover going out, unleavened bread coming in, and the complete feast days. All right. Complete meaning this year is also the beginning of a new year. It is also the seventh or the Sabbath in the sight of the Most High, meaning what, 7 days or 7,000 years since the time of Adam up to now. So it's a triple decker, so to speak, because you got the regular Sabbath, you got the Passover, and you got the 7-day rest period of the Most High. And that is super significant in scripture and in the eyes of the Most High. Super significant. So looking forward to some great changes. Just sit back, stay prayed up. And this message I'm going to bring forward is in reference to the Exodus, the second Exodus. The message is going to continue to go forward until it can't go forward. You know, just want to thank the Most High again for giving me a mouth to speak the words that his finger pointed out for me to process these scriptures that I put on this paper. So with that being said, I'm going to move forward. All right. Once again, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Once again, happy Passover for those that were able to keep it. And over here in this crazy place, as we move forward, day by day, step by step, giving all esteem and all honor to the Almighty Elohim of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right. Asking for forgiveness of the sins of Israel today and yesterday. Praying for the whole family that's scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, far and near, whathersoever he done scattered them. Stay strong, stay focused, stay encouraged, stay endured, be diligent, vigilant, stay faithful and hopeful. All right. Patient, long suffering. Right? If it wasn't for that, boy, we'll fall off. Long suffering. Gotta be patient. All right. So that I'm going straight to the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 13. All right. Exodus chapter 14, verse 13. Lock it. Let me get my pen, family. You know how I do. I got them all the scriptures. Mm-hmm. All right. Exodus chapter 14, verse 13. And Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still and see the salvation of the Most High, which he will show or shew to you today. For the Egyptians, whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever. And that's how that goes, because somebody gonna make the Exodus. I pray and hope that I do, but whomever make this Exodus, this second Exodus, this Bible keeps speaking about, that's going to be the same effect. You shall see them no more again. All right? Period. Because once he remove you, somebody's going home. I hope I be with that pack. Somebody going home. Let's read it again. Exodus 14 and 13. And Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still and see the salvation of the Most High, which he will shew to you today. For the Egyptians, whom ye have seen today, ye have seen them again. Ye shall see them again no more forever. So, I don't know, but one thing I do know, those who are the Most High decide to deliver, they won't be upset they won't be upset. And that remnant that's striving to be a part of the exit, they should not be upset. There's no need of coming into this fold if you want to continue to dwell amongst the Egyptians. Wherever the Israelites are in captivity at, throughout the four corners of the earth, don't make no difference. From over here in the West Coast, all the way to the East Coast, northbound and southbound. If you came in this walking sincere, you understand what you in it for, who you are, what you're supposed to be doing, which way we're supposed to be headed. All right? Watching the world as they move, you moving out the way and headed towards this passage I'm talking about. All right? Let's move forward. Isaiah chapter 41 and 12. Let's move right along. Isaiah 41 and 12. Yep. So once again, coming into a new year, coming out of an old year or the past or the previous year, which has been all over the place for me, transitioning from one job to another, going through all kind of madness. A lot went on between last year and this time right about now this year. So I pray the Most High, settle me, continue to direct me, being off course here and there, but still able to get up and have a mind to reverence him. And I appreciate him. I ask for forgiveness of sin, even for myself, and even for those that transgress against me. Even for those that transgress against me. So let's go. Isaiah 41, verse 12. Isaiah chapter 41, verse 12. Thou shalt seek them and shall not find them, even them that contended with thee. They that war against thee shall be as nothing, and as a thing of naught. All right? So precept upon precept, right? Line upon line. We just left Exodus 14 and 13. He said, if you're looking for them today, you ain't going to see them no more. The ones you see today, you will not see them again, not these Egyptians, because there's going to be judgment upon all the bondages wherever we are sojourning at and in captivity at, or in the land of our captivity, because the physical captivity don't went to a spiritual captivity, right? It was the same as he said in past time, because the Most High said what? He declared the end from the beginning, right? In the same book I'm reading out of, Isaiah. So let's read Isaiah 41 and 12 again. Thou shalt seek them, he said, and shalt not find them. Wow. Even them that contended with thee. They that war against thee shall be as nothing, and as a thing of naught. And as a thing of naught. Right? So it's going to be order, though, because we are dwelling in lands that is definitely out of order. That got us out of order, because we have to follow these ordinances over here in these places that we dwell in, and plus try to follow the ordinance of the Most High too, which could be a little rough, because we be bouncing back and forth, trying to do the right thing, but we be caught up because we got to live, we got to eat, we got to, pay bills and all that stuff. So, it can be a bit stressful sometimes. But anyway, let's move forward and pray the Most High continue to deal with us, continue to guide us, man, and lead us right to this point. Like I said, about this message I'm bringing out. I'm going to go to Numbers chapter 15, verse 16. Oh, Salakia, Numbers chapter 15, verse 15. One ordinance shall be both for you of the congregation and also for the stranger that sojourneth with you, an ordinance forever in your generations. As ye are, so shall the stranger be before the Most High, right? Because when we come out of this I'm saying we, but as a people, when we come out of this Exodus, order is going to be established. But what order is going to be established? The order of the Most High, not the order of Satan. We're coming up out under that. Somebody's coming up out of that. Regardless of whether I make the Exodus or not, I'm going to continue to know and understand what side I'm on, who I serve. That's going to be my move. That's going to be the way I move. That's the direction I'm going to be walking in, regardless. I get it and I got it, you know? I got it. I'm just thankful that he pulled me out my madness. You know what I'm saying? The same madness that done increased in the world, that done got on my nerve. I'm so thankful. Hey, I can't even, like I tell him, I can't even thank him enough for it. I can't thank him enough for it. He done saved me so many kind of ways by bringing me into this fold. A lot could have transpired, and I knew that when I was out there, but I was still living on a whim. That's what I was doing, man. So let's move on. Back to this second Exodus. Numbers 15 and 15. One ordinance shall be both for you of the congregation and also for the stranger that sojourneth with you, an ordinance forever in your generations. As ye are, so shall the stranger be before the Most High. So that means we got to get our stuff, continue to get our stuff together. You know, if we slip, ask the Most High to pick us up, dust us off so we can continue to move. We must continue to go forward, right? We must continue to move forward. Don't make no difference. If you mess up, ask for forgiveness. Ask for forgiveness. Repent from that thing and move on, because it's about growing up. But this place over here do not want you to grow up. They want you to continue to be a child. And everything is lottie-dottie. We got to get away from the madness, all right? All those who understand that they've been deceived and that they've been living in a lie, or been taught lies, however you want to put it in line or put it in order or whatever, however. But, you know, I still hear to this day, even on commercials or even out of people's mouths, talking about a civilization. This is not civil. It's uncivil. Yeah, it's civil to the people who serve the devil. It's civil to them because that's their order. But for anybody who got just a little bit of sense, it's very uncivil. Very uncivil. I was going to go somewhere, but once again, I'm going to say this. It's a trickle-down effect to the kids. It's definitely uncivil for the kids. Once again, because I'm talking about a second Exodus here. I'm reading about a second Exodus here. And at the same time, tomorrow will be what they call Easter, what we used to celebrate. You know, we used to hide eggs for kids and put money in eggs. And before that, our mama dressed us up, taking us to church. I don't know. I guess we would call ourselves doing the right thing, you know, but we didn't know what we were doing. We were brought up that way, right? It's on the individual once he get of age to look at that thing and say, you know what, I've been lied to. And then I don't even really understand what's going on. But let me just move out the way. Let me move out the way. So now I pray and hope that if any of my family members see this, that they would just, you know, examine themselves and ask themselves, you know, hey man, am I gonna continue to live this lie and make this lie a truth? You know, to deceive another generation of kids. To deceive another generation of kids. Because this thing is simple. Once we just accept that we've been lied to, it's very, very simple. I know it hurts, and I know I'm going to be looked at as an enemy or whatever, a naysayer or a party pooper or whatever, but if that's the case, then I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I'm going to move on anyway in that which I know to be right. Right? And depart from foolishness. So one ordinance shall be both for you of the congregation and for the stranger that sojourneth amongst you. And as we are, that's how the stranger's supposed to be. So if we're doing the best to keep the law of the Most High, dusting ourselves off or cleaning ourselves up from the madness that we've been tangled up in, groomed in, and was able to get away from it, you know, we should be examples to the people that want to be around us and understand the same thing that we understand. You know, it's a day-by-day situation. It's a struggle. It ain't nothing easy. You know, it's a struggle. But we got to continue to move forward. So we're moving forward. I pull the next precept. All right. The next precept, I'm going to Isaiah chapter 43, verse 19. Isaiah chapter 43, verse 19. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. All right. It shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. So once again, we're going into the Most High saying somebody's going to be delivered out of bondage. This second Exodus, somebody's going to be delivered. I pray and hope that I can make it. He's speaking to the people that's going to be a part of this deliverance. That's what these words are I'm bringing up. And I believe in the Most High. And I believe in the words, because everything that I try to pull or the Most High point me to, even if it's pertaining to something that's going on to this present day or something that done happen in the past or something that going to happen in the future. Why wouldn't I believe in future prophecy if past prophecy done came to pass? Plus, I'm living in some of the prophecies that were prophesied back in the days. Now I'm living in that. I'm seeing that, I'm living it, and now I'm reading about prophecy that's going to be fulfilled pretty soon here. Because once again, it can't be too much longer. Because these people are in a hurry to actually destroy everybody, not just the children of Israel, but the witchcraft is upon all nations, even their own. You know, when I say their own, the powers to be right now, they don't even got no care about their own. They just want any and everybody who will follow them to follow them. Continue to follow them straight down this wicked path, man. So, you know, I pray that somebody, you know, see it for what it is and just come out of it, man. But I know, like I said, it's a rough thing. Very, very rough, man. Super rough to try to do right when we thought we were doing right the whole time. You know, that leads you, or that makes you come up against what is the truth. It makes you come up against that because you don't want nobody to try to, like, you don't want to be like, you know, you feel like somebody's trying to change you now all of a sudden. But that's a bad spirit, man. Super bad spirit, man. That's a spirit of madness. So once again, Isaiah chapter 43 and 19 says, behold, I will do a new thing, right? Now it shall spring forth. Shall you not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness, in rivers in the desert. So there's going to be some major changes, things that we ain't never seen before. Things that we never seen before. Now we're talking about seeing the works of the Most High. We've been living all our life. We've been living out all our life, the works of Satan. All our life, we've been living it out. Now, for those who the Most High bless, because it's going to be a blessing. This is not a curse. These are words of blessings right here, right? The only thing that's going to be a curse are the people that's contrary to the Most High. And if you even believe it or not, even to this day, if you're contrary to the Most High, you still are cursed. He bringing forth these words and these prophecies to get you away from the illusion, right? The deception. So once again, Isaiah, Salakia, chapter 43 and 19 says, behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Ooh, shall you not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. All right, so we're walking it down, family. Let's go. Isaiah chapter 41, verse 4. Isaiah chapter 41 and verse 4. Who have wrought and done it, calling the generations from the beginning. So that's what I was talking about earlier. He declared the end from the beginning. He says he had called the generations from the beginning, meaning all these things were preordained anyway, all the way up to this point. What point? To the point of the second Exodus, to the collapsing of nations, to the nations before they even collapse, that's going to get together and try to come up against the Mashiach, right? But before that happens, they got to try to, which they're doing a good job with the depopulation. That got to continue to happen. If everybody pay attention, just a little bit of attention to the news, it's in full throttle, all right? Depopulation is in full throttle, coming from all angles. coming from all angles, whatever it takes. They are trying their best to live according to their ordinances that they have wrote in stone. The Most High ordinance was wrote in stone back during the time when we came out the first Exodus. But they have also ordinances that are wrote in stone up in Georgia, up there somewhere. Forgot where it is up there somewhere, but they got their ordinances wrote too in stone. So it's madness, but it's a realistic deal. We living in it. Once again, Isaiah chapter 41, verse 4. Who hath wrought and done it, calling the generations from the beginning. Wow. I, the Most High, right? The first and with the last. I am He. Read it again for understanding, for clarification, for edification. Isaiah 41, verse 4. Who hath wrought and done it, calling the generations from the beginning. I, the Most High, the first and with the last. I am He. So it's an introduction again, because right now, as we've been living throughout our lives and before, no one has really known the Most High. All they have known is what they've been taught. Like I said, we all been living a life that we considered and thought to be the right way. But no one has known the Most High. They didn't know the Most High till He showed up in the first Exodus down in Egypt. They found out the hard way. But believe it or not, it takes a while for Moses to go out and start telling the people, hey, come out from amongst them. Be ye separate. Do this, do that. Y'all been lied to. Y'all need not to be following these ordinances no more. And people got mad with him. They didn't want to hear him. Y'all read the messages even before time. The same thing happening now when you go out and try to do the same thing, just warning people like, and it really shouldn't be a warning. Everything is on the table right now. Everything is on the table. It shouldn't be a warning. But people are like stiff-necked and don't want to acknowledge the lie that they've been living in. It's there. Everything is there. It done got super bad. So with that being said, these ordinances from the beginning, they've already been declared, man. Calling the generations from the beginning. Calling the generations from the beginning. So it takes a while for Moses to walk around, just like it did with Noah. It take a long time. The Most High is gracious. He's long-suffering. He gives you plenty enough time to say, so you can't say you didn't know, or so you can't be without excuse. So when that day comes, it is what it is. And that ain't the final day. We got to keep talking about that. Just because you pass away, that's not the final day. It's the second death, right? The second death comes after judgment, after you stand before the Most High. Those who coming into the fold now, coming into the fold for immortality. Immortality. We trying to miss that. We trying to miss that second death. If not, ain't no need of being in this at all. Ain't no need of being in this at all. You might as well just go on in the world, keep living your life like you're living, and worry about the lake. Don't even believe in the lake of fire, none of that crap. Don't believe in no fire, no brimstone coming down on this place, because this got to happen, man. Y'all, if the Most High bless any of us, even those who don't believe in Him, to continue to live and watch how these people gonna continue to pollute this place. Brimstone, lava, 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 lava. So let's go, man. But we're talking about the second Exodus. We're talking about getting away from the deception. We're talking about the Most High blessing somebody to come out from amongst them, right? So let's move on. I'm gonna read that again. Isaiah 41:4. Who hath wrought and done it, calling the generation from the beginning. I, the Most High, the first and with the last, right? And with the last. I am He. He said He's with the first and with the last. All honor, glory, and praise to the Most High. Why? Yahweh Shai. There you go right there. Let's move on. Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 21. Let's move right along. Let the Most High word speak. It's clear to me. I guess because I'm a believer. It's clear to me. Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 21. All right. Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 21. Therefore, behold, I will this once cause them to know. I will cause them to know mine hand and my might. And they shall know that my name is Yahweh. And they shall know that my name is Yahweh. So hey, the word is going forth. I'm going to read it again. Jeremiah chapter 16 and verse 21. Therefore, behold, I will this once cause them to know. To know what, Most High? I will cause them to know my hand and my might. And they shall know that my name is the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Amashiach, Yahweh. They will know. That's a powerful scripture. All scriptures are powerful. All of them are powerful. Great for edification, great for direction, right? Great for casting away the madness that we've been taught and bringing in, prophetic insight, bringing in order for the present, helping you to go through this detox. Jeremiah 16 and 21. One more time, Most High. Therefore, behold, I will this once cause them to know. I will cause them to know mine hand and my might. And they shall know that my name is the Most High Yahweh. It's the Most High word. I'm just reading it. Jeremiah chapter 16, 14 through 15. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Most High, that it shall no more be said, the Most High Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But what? But that the Most High Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands, whether he have driven them. And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. And the congregation said, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Feels good to me. I love it. I hope I make it. Salaki. Hope I make it. Wow. This is true. As we speak, just to show us I'm over here in what they call the Newfoundland. What they call Newfoundland. It ain't new. But to them, it was new. All right. It's strong here. I'm going to go back. Jeremiah chapter 16, 14 through 15. All right, y'all. Here we go, family. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Most High, that it shall no more be said, the Most High liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Most High liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands, whether he had driven them. And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. Scripture speak for itself. He don't need my help. All he need me to do is read it, prophesy in the wind if ain't nobody listening, and move forward. Or like the Mashiach said, shake the dust off your feet, man. I need you to keep moving. Keep moving. Hallelujah. Second Esdras, chapter 15, 11 through 12. Second Esdras, chapter 15, 11 through 12. All right. The book of Second Esdras, chapter 15, verse 11 through 12. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, right? And smite Egypt with plagues as before. So what we got here? As before, like he did the first time. So what? Egypt, once again, I know the family know, but for new members coming in, Egypt just means the house of bondage. This is where you're in captivity at. This is where your foreparents or what have you was brought to be servants, to be slaves, you know. It's the house of bondage. He says as before. So what is the Most High talking about? How can we be in Egypt a second time? Saying, well, in order for it to be a second Exodus, it's got to be a second Egypt, right? Because the first time the children of Israel came out, they was over in northeast Africa, right? They was in northeast Africa. Now, the scriptures tell us, as we should know for ourselves, that the children of Israel are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, everywhere, all over the place. That's why when I go out and talk or speak a word of the Most High, I don't have a chart. I don't have a chart. You don't have a chart big enough to name every land mass or every jungle or every little secret place or anywhere throughout the four corners of the earth where the children of Israel have been scattered. Because everywhere you go, we are there. We may not be on top, but we are present. We are there everywhere. Just to show what the scripture says, he's gonna gather his people from the land of the north and from all the lands, whether he had driven them, everywhere. So let's go. Second Esdras chapter 15, verse 11 through 12. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues. And boy, let me tell you something. If you don't understand, plagues are here. We live in, I hate mixing up messages, but I gotta continue to talk about the masquerade party. I ain't gonna talk about the masquerade party. But right now, with these plagues, one of the most major plagues, because the masks, okay, the virus or whatever they want to call it, COVID. Okay, if they want to consider that, then fine. That's a plague. Cool. I'm moving on from that. This other plague I'm talking about, that they are pushing, and I'm gonna continue to say it, they are pushing that plague, but you believing in the other plague that's got your face covered up, but you missing the plague that's actually plaguing the world, that's actually depopulating the world. It's depopulating the world. This plague that they're pushing is depopulating the world. This mass super filthy agenda that they pushing, this freaking, man, this is crazy out here, y'all. Y'all got to see it. You got to see it with your own two eyes. Just look at some of them rap videos these folks making. It's right there in front of you. When have you ever seen such a demonic overtone in this place like that? That they just boldly just putting out there on what you call a TV now. Never, man. It's not good. But anyway, he has his minions, you know. He has his minions, and they're gonna bring forth whatever it is that they signed up for. Just when you think you've seen the worst, you get to truly understand the essence of Satan, right? You get to truly understand the essence of Satan. The more filthier he gets, the more crazier it gets, the more, one would say, it's unbelievable. So this is the need for the second Exodus. If not, that remnant, even the remnant, will be consumed. But thus says the Most High, it's not going to be so. And I pray, like again, I continue to pray every day, all day, for those that are striving to be a part of this exodus, that are striving to continue to shake this wickedness off that we grew up in. You know, it doesn't matter if you want to be of the nations and cleave to the house of Israel, the Most High. Done told you already in the book of Numbers 15 and 15 how it's going to play out. It does not matter. You can't come in with your own thought process. Negroes can't come in with their own thought process. It's going to be an ordinance. It's going to be thus says the Most High. Not thus says Satan, not thus says America, not thus says freaking China, Tokyo, Middle East, and Africa. None of that. Those ordinances are going out the window. The ordinances from Psalms 83 going out the window. They're going out the window, man. So we're coming into a new fold. It's going to be a fold of righteousness, right? He's going to purge. Somebody's going to be purged out of wickedness or from amongst the wicked. Somebody is, right? Somebody is. Salakia. Yeah, somebody is. I'm striving. Like I said, I'm not perfect, but like I heard somebody close to me say, practice makes perfect, right? I'm striving. If you fall down, get back up and keep moving, man. Keep moving. That's why we're supposed to help each other. Salakia, second Esdras, chapter 15, verse 11 through 12. I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues, as before, he says, and will destroy all the land thereof. Verse 12. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and with the punishment that the Almighty, Elohim, or Elohim, shall bring upon it. With the punishment. So what's with all the punishment? What is with all this punishment from the Creator, man? Why should the creation be punished? Because a lot of people are ignoring the wickedness that's going on. A lot of people are not stretching out their arms or their hand to reach out and save a child. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing that. A lot of people are turning their ear away from the truth, man. Instead of them accepting the truth, they get mad and get rebellious. So that's why the Most High said he got to come with the punishment. It ain't my words, but I do understand it. It's simple. I say this all the time. All you have to do is put yourself in a position which we all have been with your own kids. With your own kids. Us being the kids or the children of the Creator, and you having your own kids. Or, well, I tell you what, some people never have punished their kids or never even gave them a whooping. So you bring up a monster. And even sometimes when you even give kids whooping, they still come up and fall off. But at the same time, when they screw up and you chasten them, believe me, they ain't going down that path no more. They're going to try something else. They definitely will not go down that path again because they're going to understand that you ain't to be played with. And this is what the Most High talking about in the scriptures in 2nd Esdras right here, 15:11 through 12. Let's get it again and move forward. Right? Verse 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm. Right? And smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plagues and with punishment that the Most High, the Almighty, Elohim, shall bring upon it. So it's going to be, it's a bunch of stuff that's been happening out here, all kind of stuff that's been happening out here. that I don't want to keep going into detail about. But y'all, some of us look at world news. You can just look at the news over here in the Western Hemisphere. It doesn't matter. It's a whole bunch of stuff that's going on all over this place. Most High said he's going to bring the plagues on the place, and he's going to punish Egypt. Egypt is wherever the children of Israel scattered at throughout the four corners of the earth and still in their land of captivity. That's Egypt. That's your house of bondage. Moving on. 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 1. Moving on. 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 1. Salaki. Salaki. Okay. Salaki, fam. Salaki. Line 14. Okay. Let's move on. 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 1. And it came to pass, after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. This is Aki Esdras, 2nd Esdras, the Apocrypha. And I'm going to jump down to verse 15 through 24. All right. Verse 15 through 24. Show me now the interpretation of this dream. For as I conceive in my mind, in mine understanding, woe unto them that shall be left in those days, and much more woe unto them that are not left behind. So it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. That's why the Most High said he's going to bring forth the punishment. It's going to be plagues. He says, woe unto them that are left in those days, and much more woe unto those that are not left. So what's going on with those that are not left? Let's go. Verse 7. Verse 17. For they that were not left were in heaviness. For they that were not left were in heaviness. Verse 18. Now understand, the things that are laid up in the latter days. In the latter days. So we're talking about prophecy again, right? Which shall happen unto them and to those that are left behind. Left behind. So it's a lot of stuff that's gonna be happening, whole lot of activity. Somebody gonna be left behind and somebody ain't gonna be left behind. Those that ain't left behind gonna be out of here. Gonna be out of here. So we just read earlier, right? In 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, in verse 11 through 12, about him bringing punishment and bringing these plagues, and he's gonna smite the land of Egypt as before. All right. Verse 18 says, now understand the things that are laid up in the latter days, which shall happen unto them and to those, separation, that are left behind, them and those. All right. So them and those, we're going to find up in 16 again. It says, for as I conceive in my mind or in my understanding, woe unto them, them and those. Remember that, woe unto them that shall be left in those days, and much more woe unto them that are not left behind. Right? For they that were not left were in heaviness. Now I'm going to jump up to verse 19. Right? Therefore are they come into great perils and many necessities. And many necessities, like as these dreams declare. like as these dreams declare. Let's see what Ezra's talking about. Yes. Is it easier for him that is in danger to come into these things? Right? Let's get that again. Verse 20. Yes. Is it easier for him that is in danger to come into these things than to pass away as a cloud out of the world, right? And not to see the things that happen in the last days. And he answered unto me and said, the interpretation of the vision shall I show thee, and I will open unto thee the thing that thou hast required. Can I go back up one more time, family? Because it's going right back into Exodus 14 and 13 also. This precept I'm going to pull. Salaki, family. It's going right back to Exodus 14 and 13. Now, I jump back up to verse 20 when it says, yes, is it easier for him that is in danger to come into these things than to pass away as a cloud out of the world, and not to see the things that happen in the last days? And he answered unto me and said, the interpretation of the vision shall I show thee, and I will open unto thee the thing that thou hast required. So for those who make that second Exodus, they had been longing for that. They've been longing for justice, right? They've been longing for justification, right? Redemption. So why wouldn't you want to see it? Most High says it's a blessing for those that are here and see these things that shall happen. Why? Because you go back to the book of Isaiah. He says he's going to what? He said a new thing shall spring forth, and you're going to know that I am the Most High. Once I do these things, you're going to know that I am the Most High. Right? So precept upon precept. So let's move on. Verse 22. Whereas thou hast spoken of them that are left behind. This is the interpretation. He that shall endure the peril in that time have kept himself. He that shall endure the peril in that time have kept himself. So these are going to be the people. These are going to be the people that make this second Exodus. They that be fallen into danger are such as have works and faith toward the Almighty. Still got to be tested, still got to be purified, still got to be purged, right? Before you get into that land, because you cannot go back into that land with that same mindset. So all these perils and all this tribulation, it's going to help clear your mind. You're going to get Egypt off your mind. You're going to have to get this house of bondage out of your mind. You cannot be brought into the land and be looking back or want to go back. See? He got to take you through this fire before you get home. He got to take you through the fire. He going to make sure your mind right. And he going to make sure you know that it's him, the Most High, is doing all this. He's going to get his glory one way or the other. All right? He's going to get his respect. But the sad part about it is, boy, this is not looking good. Even he's telling you, even for those that are left behind, they got to go through the peril. But those that are not left behind gonna be taken out because they ain't even trying. You know, they continuing to have their glory and live their life and be happy in the land of Egypt, loving it, loving the ways of the fallen ones, loving the order of the demons, loving to allow the demons to keep dwelling inside of them instead of seeking righteousness, trying to purge that madness out of you, right? Trying to purge that deception up out of you, man. But let's go. Let's continue to read. Let's see what the Most High talking about. Verse 23 says, he that shall endure the peril in that time has kept himself. They that be fallen into danger are such as have works and faith toward the Almighty, been waiting. They believe in the Most High. They believe in righteousness. They believe in the scriptures. They understand the scriptures is bringing forth the true word, whether it be a true word of condemnation or a true word of, you know, acceptation, period. The truth can't always be a happy thing. Sometimes the truth hurts, man. But the truth is going to be the truth. The truth going to be the truth, regardless. Verse 24 says, know this therefore, that they which be left behind are more blessed than they that be dead. Know this therefore, that they which be left behind are more blessed than they that be dead. All right. All right. It's hard words, man, but it's beautiful too. I mean, hey, I see what's going on out here. I don't want no more part of it, but he keep waking me up. I got to keep living it. I don't want to, but I got to. Matthew 24, verse 37 through 41. Right? I got to keep living it. Matthew 24, verse 37 through 31. Mm-hmm. Matthew 24, verse 37 through 31. God. Matthew 24, 37 through 31. But as in the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be, right? And we living in that. And I'm going to keep bringing this out. A lot of these scriptures that I bring out, I'm going to continue to bring them out because it's the mass madness of the world today. I got to continue to bring it out because just the same as the world keep coming with this craziness and this wickedness and this evilness, I'm going to keep bringing out certain scriptures, the same old certain scriptures that come back against that same madness. I'm going to keep putting it in the wind like the Most High said because it's going to jump on somebody. It's going to jump on somebody, but it's got to be a whole lot of stuff to convince these people these days, boy. All right, verse 38 says, for as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, right? Marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark. So it was a long time. The word kept going forth before Noah went into the ark, right? And the same thing now. We're trying to tell everybody, come on in, come on in. Come in out the rain. Come in out that flood, man. Come on in. It's about to flood, y'all. Right? Come on in. It's flooding now, actually. You're getting overwhelmed. Right? You're being overwhelmed spiritually, wickedly, spiritually, you're being overwhelmed. They're sucking the life, the little life that you got in you right at you. And you're making a covenant, a complete covenant with Satan, or a covenant, or being you coming into an agreement, into a marriage. Right? You coming into a marriage or agreement or a covenant with Satan. The more rebellious people get towards the Most High, they're choosing who they want their bridegroom to be. It is what it is, though. It's only two sides. It's right and wrong, good and evil. Right? As long as you know which one it is, choose your way. Right? For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking. Of course, marrying and giving in marriage. Wow. Until the day that Noe entered into the ark. Yeah, a lot of people done made a pact or oath, took an oath, and vowed that they would serve and be a tool or a puppet or whatever, or HOE or WHORE for the for the Prince Baal, right? And as they do that, they are marrying, and on top of it, they will give into marriage. Some will be given into marriage, right? You will offer your children into this marriage. You will offer your family members into this marriage. Some will be given into marriage. Some are marrying and some are being given into marriage. In them days, in these days, because it's all over the place now. People getting sacrificed so many times you can't even keep up with it. You can't make enough messages to keep up with the wickedness that's going on in this place today. You can't do it. You're gonna make 1,000 videos every day. You got to go to work at some point. Unless you live off the money that some people, I guess, YouTube pay them or whatever. But other than that, you can't make enough messages. It's the wickedness is abounding. Right? Verse 39. And they knew, almost said and they knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Right? They ain't gonna know. They're gonna be so caught up in being upset with the Most High. They're gonna just go right on down through there, and destruction gonna just fall on them, man, like a building. Destruction just gonna fall on them like a building. It's gonna be too late, man. It is what it is, because the place got to be cleaned up. This place must be cleaned up. I know I don't want to keep living amongst this mess. Not me. Not me. This is madness. Madness, super madness. That ain't even the word for it. I'm going to read on and move on. Verse 39. And knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Right? Verse 40. Then shall two be in the field. Two shall be in the field. And one shall be taken, and the other left. And that's what we were talking about earlier. One shall be taken, and the other left. And we just discussed about what the Most High said about the ones that are left behind. They're going to make their exodus, man. They're going to make the second exodus. Those that are left behind out of these said perils, or this said peril that I brought out in 2nd Esdras in the 13th chapter. Right? What the Mashiach said for confirmation, verse 40. Let me mark the scriptures down. Okay. Verse 40, Matthew 24 says, Then shall two be in the field. The one shall be taken, and the other left. Wow. Verse 41, 2 women shall be grinding at the mill. The one shall be taken, and the other left. So guess what? The Most High going to be doing some separating. And we can't control it because he know the spirit and he know what's inside an individual, whether we want to hold on to him or not. If one of them ain't right, he going to separate them. Somebody going to be took out and one going to be left. He going to take one, he going to receive one, and he going to get rid of one. But it's his deal. He's the creator. And I got enough respect to understand that. I got enough common sense to understand he can do it what he want to do. He been doing it. He been doing it. Right? He brought us into this world. And just to show, he's the one to take us out. Ain't that what they say when people leave here? Oh my God. Ain't that what they say? They don't say Satan. They say, oh my God. So he's one bring in He the one take you out. But he the one also can give you eternal life or immortality. Now, Satan promised, or Satan got this fake fountain of youth that everybody keep drinking from, but it ain't working. Somebody need to run out there and tell him it ain't working. It's not working. He's deceiving you. You're really deceiving yourself. But you're going for the deception. So you're deceiving yourself. The fountain of youth does not work. Let me go. That's for another message. Let me move on. Verse 40 through 41 again. Then shall two be in the field. The one shall be taken and the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill. The one shall be taken, right? And the other left. And the other left. But this is the preparation and the separation and the gathering for those that's going to make that second Exodus. All right. All right. Let's jump to 29 through 31. So the Most High says, 29 through 31. Immediately after, Salakia, Matthew chapter 29, chapter 24, verse 29 through 31. Verse 29, immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, right? And the stars shall fall from heaven. That ain't good. And the powers of the heaven shall be shaken. The powers of the heavens are the stars, are the luminaries. And if they fall coming down him like fire and brimstone, it's going down, y'all. It doesn't happen before. It doesn't happen. It ain't happened. It's been happening year after year. They've been happening ever since. But we talking about now, this is a plural deal. Stars. You get a 1-2 here, land here and there, and crash, do whatever they do, and contaminate a whole population, radiate a place. You know, that stuff that can mutate. The powers of the Most High can mutate. When that stuff hit, that radiation down here, he has the power when he send these forces here to mutate. But these powers have a job. The sun has a job. The moon has a job. The stars have a job. They follow the ordinance of the Most High. You got good angels and bad angels. They follow the ordinance of the Most High. Okay? Verse 29. Let's get this. Y'all get this. This could be a message in its own. This verse 29. And it is going to be a message in its own. You know why? Because this verse 29 is bringing forth the same thing that happened in Sodom and Gomorrah. And the Most High got pissed off. And he called the luminaries to come down and handle business. That's the same thing. He said this time he ain't gonna flood the world with water. But what he gonna do? He coming with fire, lava, like I said, upon those that hate him. Mm-hmm. Those who ain't trying to gather themselves for this second Exodus. He gonna do whatever it is he got to do. I'm just reading scriptures and I'm going to continue. Verse 29 in Matthew, the 24th chapter. Immediately after the tribulation of those days, the tribulation, that said peril that I read in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, it's the same tribulation after Mashiach spoke of over here, right? Of Arab, he said the same way that same madness and foolishness that they were doing, you know, in the time of Noah, that's the same thing gonna be jumping off by the time he showed back up. He said 2 women gonna be grinding in the mill, one shall be taken. What is that? Let's read it. 2 women shall be grinding in the mill, the one shall be taken and the other left, right? Then shall 2 be in the field, the one shall be taken and the other left. So it's a lot going on. That's tribulation. That's it going down at that point. It's going down. The Most High said those who can withstand all that, they've been blessed, man. Right? They've been blessed to be able to see Ooh, to be able to actually see the Most High bring vengeance upon the world. Because only the remnant want that to happen. The world don't want that to happen. The world want Satan to keep ruling so they can keep doing what they doing. That's just it. That's what the world want. But that remnant and those strangers that sojourn amongst the remnant, they looking for change, man. And they know it's wrong. They don't want to be a part of it, man. That's just it. They don't want to be a part of it. So the Most High said they're gonna be blessed. And they've been saved. Not saved, but they've been set apart. Right? They've been set apart. So lucky. I don't like chopping up now. I'd rather the Most High talk to y'all. Let them tell you. You gotta believe me. You can believe the Most High, though. You gotta believe me. All right. The Most High says in 2nd Ezra, he that shall endure the perils in that time hath kept himself, right? Or reserved himself, that they that be fallen into danger or such as have works and faith toward them all, the Almighty. So let me jump back to Matthew 24 and 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven. Woo! And the powers of the heaven shall be shaken. That's a bad thing, but it's trouble. Trouble. That's trouble. Them stars fall from heaven, the game over. Because they coming down here, they ain't going to be going back and forth with nobody. It's just clear and flat out destruction. When them angels come down here, the game is over. Okay? Try to make that 2nd Exodus. Whew. I can read that scripture all night and go right into a whole lot of passages. Verse 30, though, in Matthew 24th chapter, Salaki, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. With power and great glory. Once again, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven. In the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And glory is the host. The power and the glory is the host of the Most High, right? And the scriptures tell us all throughout the scriptures that the Most High himself ride upon the clouds. When his glory appears amongst the people, it appears amongst the clouds. It's a sneak attack. And y'all sleeping, gonna be sleeping. I'm gonna be paying attention. Somebody gonna be asleep. Somebody gonna get taken out. Somebody gonna be left behind. Somebody gonna make the exodus, and somebody ain't. That's it, man. All honor and glory, praises to the Most High. Them 2 verses right there, boy. Whew, I can read them all night long. I appreciate the Most High. Thank the Most High. I promise you, man. Goodness. Woo! All right, y'all. Let's move on. 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 36 through 30 through 48. Salakia. 2nd Ezra chapter 13, 36 through 48. And Zion shall come and shall be showed to all men. So the Exodus, the people of the Exodus have been gathered. And they're going to be shown to all men, and everybody going to know. So my message or my word is the word of the Most High. I don't care if you are Israel. I do care, but what I'm saying is gather yourselves, get yourself together, man. Come on back to the Most High. You know, when I say gather yourself, get yourself right, get your mind right. Be content. Pray to the Most High about these things that I'm reading about. Want to be a part of this thing. Don't be contrary to the Most High. Don't be crazy. Don't be self-righteous. None of that. None of that. None of that. Understand these things. Look at this stuff that we living in. Denounce it, man. Denounce it. I ain't telling you to hate nobody, but denounce the madness in the world, man. All right, here I go. I'm gonna read verse 36 through 48. In 2nd Esdras 13th chapter says, "And Zion shall come, and shall be showed to all men, being prepared and builded, like as thou sawest the hill graven without hands." Right? "And Zion shall come, and shall be showed to all men, being prepared and builded, like as thou sawest the hill graven without hands." Right? Verse 37. And this, my son, shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations. And this, Hamashiach Yahweh shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations. So it goes right back into Matthew 24th chapter, 29 through 31. Right? Or 29. Ooh. You know what? God, so I know, so lucky, family. You know, that's wrong for me. I did not read verse 31 in the 24th chapter of Matthew. Very, very vital. Very, very honorable. Let's read Matthew 24. Verse 31. Ooh, then I'm going to jump back over there. "And he shall send his angels." Oh, Salakia. Let's do the right thing. I'm going to read Matthew. I'm going to jump back. Salakia. Let me take a drink on this one, man. Ooh. All honor, glory, and praise to the Most High Yahweh, Yahuwah, Bahashem, Mashak, Yahweh, Kwam, Yashala. Come on now. Strangers and sojourner, get yourself together. We're pulling off of Noah again. Pulling off of Noah. We're telling you now. Come this way. This way. Get your butt over here. Get on in here. Like I said in that old video I made, you've been warned. Right? And fools hate knowledge. Woo! I'm going back, family. I'm loving this. Matthew chapter 24, verse 29 through 31, y'all. Then I'm going to jump my behind right back over there to 2nd Esdras. I'm going to give all glory and praise to the Most High now. I get nothing. I'm just reading. Wow. Matthew chapter 24, verse 29 through 31. "Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken." So we still lining this up, though, back where we were in 2nd Esdras, the 13th chapter, and the 23rd verse, when it says, "He that shall endure the peril in that time hath kept himself," right? "They that be fallen into danger, or such as have works, man, and faith toward the Almighty." We got to, man, praise the Almighty all day long, much as you can. Walk and talk, y'all. Because it says, "Immediately after the tribulation in those days, shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken." So lock it. Let's get on down through here. See what them Mashiach talking about. "And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory." Man, all this stuff that I'm reading is already spoken of from the beginning in the scriptures, all the way up to this point right now. Verse 31 says, "And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from the one end of heaven to the other. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. So we're talking about this second Exodus, but it's going to be a lot happening. Same like back in the time of Moses, right? He had to go before Pharaoh, and a lot of things. That's when the plagues and all this stuff started happening. All this was jumping off before we got up out of there, before our family members. I'm gonna say we, because I just seen from that bloodline. All of us. A lot was going on, man. A whole lot was going on. All kind of luminaries coming down, handling things, splitting of the sea. Man, there was some great things happening, man. Great things happening. Scary things happening. Scary things happening. Whew. Come on, man. Let me go back to 2nd Ezra 13, 36 through 48 now and link it up with that. And Zion shall come and shall be showed to all men, right? He just read that in the 31st verse when he said he's going to send his angels to gather his elect from the four winds, right? Now, and Zion shall come and shall be showed to all men, being prepared and builded, like as thou sawest the hill graven without hands. So in the previous precepts, when the Most High talking to Edges right here, he's had already said in the first verse, show me he dreamed the dream by night. And then I jumped down. He said, well, show me the interpretation of the dream. And by me not wanting to make a 3-hour message, I could have went into it to bring forth edification of what the scriptures is talking about right here. Right? When he said, as thou sawest the hill graven without hands. I could have went into that, but I'm going to go on into verse 37. It says, and this my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations, which for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest. Woo! Whirlwind, a tempest, are blown away. Fiery tempest. And shall, verse 38, and shall lay before them their evil thoughts, even the thoughts. That's why I said, get your mind right. Get your mind right. Come up out of this place. Get your mind right. Gather yourself together. Get your mind right. Get yourself together, man. Stop with the madness. Get yourself together. Quit deceiving yourself, because now it's time for people to take responsibility for themselves. Satan can do all kind of magic. You ain't got to believe in it. He can do all kind of tricks and stuff. You don't got to believe in it, man. We don't, man. It's a time that we can pull up and pull out, man. It done got bad, y'all. Leave him standing by himself. But it ain't so, because the scriptures don't say so. And that's what the sad part is. Somebody gonna continue to keep loving America like that. I hate to say it, but it is what it is, man. All our family members are caught up in this stuff. And if we ain't careful, the love of that is gonna have us all caught up and have us all taken out. Taken out. Because that's gonna be the decision that you make, man. I'm sorry. I'm gonna move on. All right, verse 38 says, and shall lay before them, who? The nations that he's going to rebuke, right? He says in verse 37, and this my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations, right? Flirting with the tree of good and evil, knowledge of good and evil, right? Flirting with that, coming up with all kind of madness, gene splicing, pigs and monkeys, right? rats and humans, or just putting together, just testing. Not just that, doing all kind of stuff that their brain can imagine because they can't help it. They can't help it. Say, oh man, I didn't know we could do this. We could do that. Let's try this. Let's try that. Let's secretly do this, or let's secretly put a plague out here and just see how, oh man, it really works. This really works. Wow. We can control if we can control a situation in an evil way if we do this, or we can manipulate a situation if we do this or bring this forth. I mean, this goes on and on and on with these inventions, right? People walking around half human, we don't even know it. Clone, all kind of madness. Bringing back the, getting the DNA from the wickedest one that you can ever imagine, and trying to bring him back or bring her back. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. It's what they do. Here we go. And this my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations, not just America, those nations, which for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest. Woo! All right. Are fallen into the tempest. And shall lay before them their evil thoughts, like I was just saying, and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented. Gonna come back on. And the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame, and he shall destroy them. How? Without labor, by the law, which is like unto fire, right? It's like a flame. He's going to destroy them without labor, by a law, which is like unto fire, because that's how the word is. It burns. It burns. The word burns, man. A wicked spirit or demonic spirit that lies or dwells within a soul, it burns. When you continue to prophesy in your house, it burns. When I say house, and I ain't just saying the roof you stay under, I'm talking about wherever your family is or whoever, however, when you continue to do that, that burns. It's an exorcism being performed. Right? But that spirit gonna make that person flee. Flee. So they don't have to continue to burn. But if you ever seen movies and whatever they call them, priests or whatever, whoever, I don't know, the ones with the black suit with the little white thing right there, whatever he's supposed to be, come in and supposed to be performing an exorcism, they always have that individual tied down so they can receive that word. And after so much, that spirit come up out of them. That demonic spirit comes up out of them. But they must be set still. They got to be contained. Because if not, they're going to leave. That spirit is going to make them leave, and that spirit is going to continue to demonish. Demon-ish. Demon-ish, that person. Demon-ish, that person. Demonish, that person. Or that individual. So keep performing these exorcisms or these exorcisms, y'all. Do what you got to do. You got the power. You think you don't when you do. Right? When they come up against you, that exorcism in full strength. It's working. It's kindled. All right? It's kindled. He says, which are like unto a flame. That's how he said they're going to be tormented wherewith they shall. He said, and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented. Mm-hmm. Which are like unto a flame, and he shall destroy them without labor by the law, which is like unto fire. The same thing Mashiach did to Satan when Satan tempted him in the wilderness. All he had to do was bring up the law, and Satan rolled out. Because if he'd have stayed there, ain't no telling what would have happened. You know how bad it hurts to keep hearing that, and you rebellious? That kills you, man. That kills you. But back to it, y'all, because we're trying to get to this second Exodus and get up out of here, right? In the scripture first, because the scripture, the word always goes forth or goes before us. We got to make preparation. The warning comes, right? The direction and the guidance comes. It does, man. So let's move on. I said 36 through 48. And whereas 39 says, and whereas thou sawest that he gathered another peaceable multitude unto him, another peaceable multitude unto him, some that had humbled themselves, right? Some that had made themselves prepared for the bridegroom, right? And whereas thou sawest that he gathered another peaceable multitude unto him. What is it? Watch this. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea, Hosea, the king. Right? Watch this. Whom Salmanasar, the king of Assyria, led away captive. And he carried them over the waters. And guess what? And so came they into another land. These 10 tribes did. Carried them away captive over the water. And so came they into another land. Let's just read on. But they took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathens and go forth into a further country. Okay. Which never mankind dwell. And it's a back and forth about the 10 tribes coming over here to the Western Hemisphere or staying over in Africa, but it don't say that in the scriptures because it says that the nation of Israel is scattered throughout the 4 corners of the earth. So we can't leave this place, and there's too much evidence over here to show you that the tribes of Ephraim overcame over here and they planted themselves over here. Also, not just over here alone, but over here also. Yeah, they're over in Africa too and all other places too, but them 10 tribes came over here and mounted up and planted themselves here. Let's read on though, one more time. But they took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where where never mankind dwell. Verse 42 says that they might there keep their statutes. It says they might keep their statutes there. They tried, but they went off, which they never kept in their own land. Which they never kept in their own land. But let's read on. I brought this out for a reason. And they entered into the Euphrates, right, by the narrow passages of the river. For the Most High then showed signs for them, okay, and held still the flood till they were passed over. That's the reason I pulled this. Okay, let's move on. For through that country, there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half. And the same region is called Azareth. So that's the place a lot of people deny that this place is called Azareth over here, that the people came over here and they named it America. But they call it Azareth. Well, let's move on. Then dwelt they there until the latter time, which is now. And now, when they shall begin to come where? And now, when they shall begin to come, the highest shall stay the springs of the stream again. So he's going to hold back the flood of the waters again. He's going to calm the waters again. He said when they begin to come back to the house, when this second exodus, remove themselves from this place and return into the land, it says what? The highest shall stay the springs of the streams again, that they may go through. Therefore, sowest thou the multitude with peace, not madness, riotousness, with peace. He says it's going to stay the stream again, that they may go through. Right? That they may go through. He says, therefore sawest thou the multitude with peace. Verse 48. But those that be left behind of thy people are they that are found within my borders. Right? Not taken out, but those that are left behind, they're going to be found within his borders. They're going to make it back. Not taken out, but left behind, will be found within his borders. So I had to read that and bring that out all the way through that so we can see from the time that they left until the time on the latter days when the Most High said when they began to come that he was going to stay the stream or stay the waters again. You know, he was going to calm them waters again so that they can pass through, so that they can go through. He's going to make a way. He's going to make a way. Isaiah chapter 41, 8 through 10. He is going to make a way. Isaiah chapter 41, 8 through 10. The book of Isaiah chapter 41, verse 8 through 10. But thou, Israel, art my servant, Salakia, Jacob, whom I have chosen, right? The seed of Abraham, my friend, thou, whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, or called thee from the chief men thereof, and called thee, not or, but and called you, or thee, from the chief men thereof, all the presidents, all the prime ministers, all the kings, wherever we at, that we still up under, that we still up under subjection to. All right, let's get it again for clarification. But thou, verse 8, Isaiah chapter 41. But thou, O Israel, art my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend. Thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, like Mashiach said in Matthew, and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, thou art my servant. I have chosen thee, and not cast thee away. Now, one thing about it, you ain't going to make this journey if you ain't accepting the fact that you are Israel. If you ain't accepting the fact that, these people ain't doing nothing but serving up straight madness and pollution and depopulation over here, and I need to separate myself from that. I need to get to the Most High and ask for forgiveness and thank him for restoring me to my heritage, which is the children of Israel, or your name is Israel. Thank him for that and get yourself together. Get yourself together, man. Stop with the foolishness. I don't care where you at throughout the four corners of the earth. Stop calling yourself German, Ukrainian, Australian. Take hold to who you are, man. You ain't African. You Israel. Right? You ain't Nubian. You ain't no gun. You're not Ghanaian. You ain't none of that, man. Screw all that, man. Right? You're not Iraqish or Iranian. None of that. All people all over these places out here. You are Israel, the son of the Most High. The firstborn. All right? And this is only for a remnant. The Most High says his remnant gonna return to him, man. Not everybody. A remnant shall return. So I want to be a part of that remnant. Verse 8 in the 41st chapter of Isaiah. But thou, O Israel, art my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend. So we read earlier, the Most High was talking about, all these things had been declared from the beginning, man. They've been established from the beginning. Yeah, he's going to take us through all this just to get to this point. going to be a righteous branch left from all this evil in this world. There's going to be one grape of the cluster left. Let's go. Let's move on. I'll read it again. But thou, Israel, art my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend. Thou, whom I have taken from the ends of the earth and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, thou art my servant, I have chosen thee, and not cast thee away. So go tell that to the preachers. Go tell it to your grandmama and them, and your mama and your auntie and your daddy and your uncle and them. The children of Israel is not dead and not casted away. And I've been through that before. This stuff says the scriptures that the preachers read from. They keep telling the people, them people dead. That's a wicked, wicked Negro. Let's go to verse 10. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy almighty power. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. That's what he said he's going to do. I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Right? Let's move on, family. Right? Let's move on. Woo. Okay, Salakia family. Salakia family. I got one more thing I want to read and I'm going to move on. I got one more thing I want to read, family. Salakia, give me a second. Okay. All right. I'm going to read let's see. I don't know which one to read, y'all. I'm going to read Isaiah chapter 51. Right? Yeah, I'm going to read the book of Isaiah chapter 51. And let's get it going. Hearken to me. Ye that follow after righteousness, ye that seek the Most High, Yahweh, look unto the rock whence ye are hewn. So we cut from that thing. We're part of that thing, right? That's that DNA thing. Look upon the rock which ye are hewn, and to the hole of the pit whence ye are dead. Wow, coming up out of that thing. He bringing us up out of the pit, right? He bringing us up out of the pit. And let's read that again. Hearken to me, ye that follow after righteousness, ye that seek the Most High, look unto the rock whence ye are hewn, and to the hole of the pit whence ye are dead. Look unto Abraham your father, and unto Sarah that bare you, for I called him alone, and blessed him, and increased him. For the Most High shall comfort Zion, he will comfort all her waste places, and he will make her wilderness like Eden. See, that same wilderness that he talking about bringing us to, he says, I will make it like Eden, and her desert like the garden of the Most High. Joy and gladness shall be found therein, thanksgiving and the voice of melody. gonna be happy. Somebody gonna be happy. Somebody gonna be thankful to make that exodus, to get to the wilderness. Hearken unto me, my people, and give ear unto me, O my nation, for a law shall proceed from me. A law. A law. Not any old kind of way. Not the law of the heathens, but the law of the Most High. He says, for a law shall proceed from me, and I will make my judgment to rest for a light of the people. Okay. My righteousness is near. My salvation is gone forth, and mine arms shall judge the people. Right? And mine arm shall judge the people. The owls shall wait upon me, and on mine arm shall they trust. And on mine arm shall they trust. Lift up your eyes to the heavens and look upon the earth beneath, for the heavens shall vanish away like smoke, and the earth shall wax old like a garment, and they that dwell therein shall die in like manner. Because he's been talking about it the whole time. When he come, he just told you earlier, right? He said, mine arm shall judge the people. Up in the previous scripture in verse 5, right? He says, and the earth shall wax old like a garment. That madness going to be gone. It's going to wax old. It's going to be done played out. And there's going to be some hallelujah and thank you, Most High. All that kind of stuff. Any of that stuff that vexed the remnant and the servants. And they shall dwell therein. Oh, Salakia. Let's read it again. For the heavens shall vanish away like smoke, and the earth shall wax old like a garment. And they that dwell therein shall die in like manner. But my salvation shall be forever, and my righteousness shall not be abolished. Right? And my righteousness shall not be abolished. Hearken unto me, ye that know righteousness, right? The people in whose heart is my law. The people in whose heart is my law, who got their mind set on trying to do the best they could do to try to come back to the Most High. Do your best, strive for the truth unto death. Do your best. Fear ye not the reproach of men, neither be ye afraid of their revelings. No, don't be tripping, because they ain't going to want to see you leave, just like in time past. They love telling you what to do, pushing you around, making a fool out you. They get a kick out of that. That's power. That's power, and they enjoy it in the wickedest way. They enjoy it. They enjoy it. So it says, fear ye not the reproach of men, neither be ye afraid of their revelings. For the moth shall eat them up like a garment, and the worm shall eat them like wool. Okay? But my righteousness shall be forever, and my salvation from generation to generation. Verse 9 says, awake, awake, put on strength. Put on strength, O arm of the Most High, awake, as in the ancient days. In the generations of old, art thou not it that had cut Rahab and wounded the dragon? Art thou not it that hath cut Rahab and wounded the dragon? Right? Art thou not it which have dried the sea, the waters of the great deep, that had made the depths of the sea a way for the ransom to pass over? Let's read it again. Art thou not it which had dried up the sea, the waters of the great deep, that had made the depths of the sea a way for the ransom to pass over? Therefore, the redeemed of the Most High shall return, the redeemed, those that he picked, those that were left behind, those that did not get taken out, those that were blessed to see what the Most High gonna do to this place. That's the redeemed. Let's get it again. Therefore, the redeemed of the Most High shall return and come with singing unto Zion, and everlasting joy shall be upon their head. They shall obtain gladness and joy, and sorrow and mourning shall flee away. Because a lot of people ain't concerned about making no exodus. They do not believe in that. They don't believe in none of this. Preachers and all of them, they don't want nothing to do with what I'm talking about. They just trying to get their little money from the children of Israel. They're trying to live. They're trying to continue to deceive the children of Israel. They're not trying to deceive the nations. They're just trying to deceive their own people. They're not trying to deceive the nations at all. These wicked pastors we got only interested in deceiving the children of Israel. Now, if nations flock unto a preacher that is of their own nation, that's on them. But I'm speaking about these wicked Negroes that proceed or that sit in front of the Lord's people, man. I'm talking about them. All right, so let's move on. Verse 11 says, therefore the redeemed of the Most High shall return and come with singing unto Zion, and everlasting joy shall be upon their head. They shall obtain gladness and joy, and sorrow and mourning shall flee away. Even I, am he that comforted you. Who art thou, that thou shouldest be afraid of a man that shall die, and of the Son of Man, which shall be made as grass, gonna get hewn down, mowed over. Verse 13, and forgettest. Okay, let's get into it. I can't do that. Even I am he that comforted you. Who art thou, that thou shouldest be afraid of a man that shall die, and of the Son of Man, which shall be made as grass, and forgettest the Most High thy Maker. That's right. Talking about them same one I was talking about a second ago. That has stretched forth the heavens and laid the foundations of the earth, and has feared continually every day because of the fury of the oppressor. As if he were ready to destroy. Let's read the Most High's word again. Yeah, all those that forget is that the Most High, or forget the Most High, thy Maker, that have stretched forth that has stretched forth the heavens and laid the foundations of the earth, and has feared continually. Now we're going back into the children, and has feared continually every day because of the fury of the oppressor. Fearing them to the point that you're converting yourself to be just like them, man. You throwed away everything. You gave your whole spirit and soul to this place, man. You got everybody walking around looking crazy, man. Got everybody putting all kind of stuff on top of the head, man. It just done got bad, man. It done got real, real bad. So, man, everybody done fell for it. They done drunk out the cup of deception. It says, and has feared continually every day because of the fury of the oppressor, as if he were ready to destroy. And where is the fury of the oppressor? The Most High said, the captive exile hasted that he may be loosed. Hold on. The captive exile hasted it that he may be loosed, and that he should not die in the pit. Remember that pit we were talking about earlier? That he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread should fail. How he lived, how he's nourished, and whom nourishes him. Right? The captive hasteneth that he may be loosed. And that he should not die in the pit. God. Whew. That's right. Knowing that his bread should fail. But I am the Most High, thy almighty power, or thy Elohim, that divided the sea. Here we come again, whose waves roared. The Most High host is his name, and I have put my words in thy mouth, and I have covered thee in the shadow of mine hand, that I may plant the heavens and lay the foundations of the earth, and say unto Zion, thou art my people. Awake, awake. Stand up, O Jerusalem, stand up, which has drunk at the hand of the Most High the cup of his fury. Yes, we have. Thou hast drunken the dregs of the cup of trembling and wrung them out. There is none to guide her among all the sons whom she hath brought forth. There is none to guide her among all the sons whom she hath brought forth. That's crazy. That's crazy. Neither is there any that taketh her by the hand of all the sons that she have brought up. Once again, they're not doing it. These crazy pastors that we done had from generation to generation ain't taking us by the hand, right? Ain't guiding us in the direction that we should go. Scriptures tell us the priest's lips should keep knowledge, but they instead of them, they lips keeping knowledge, they hid the knowledge from us, and we, simple as we are, as sheep, we don't read for ourselves. We look towards the man, towards of our own people to tell us the truth. But it done destroyed us because the church does not correct nobody. That's why we see our people out here with red, green, yellow, blue, blonde, purple, whatever other color you can name in top of their head, and man, it's just all out of order, man. It just look crazy, man. We're looking like a real clown show out here. It's not looking good, man. So, but no one is guiding nobody. Verse 18 says, there is none to guide her among all the sons whom she hath brought forth, period. Neither is there any that taketh her by the hand of all the sons that she brought up. These two things are come unto thee. Who shall be sorry for thee? Right? Desolation and destruction, and the famine and the sword. By whom shall I comfort thee? Right? By whom shall I comfort thee? Those that's going to be comforted, or those that's going to comfort the people, they're not going to receive the comfort from them. Which being what? The ones that dwell amongst you in your households, the ones that you feel that are bringing forth the righteous word of the Most High, that's trying to tell the people come out from amongst them. You see what's going on in the world. You see the madness and the pollution, right? But you got to be strong. We need each other to build each other up, to help each other. I'm not perfect. I need somebody to help me all the time. Being out here by myself, I need somebody to help me. I got the Most High, I got the host of heaven. But as I walk amongst this crazy place, amongst this concrete jungle out here, having to go to work every day, having to come home, and having to just go here and there, back and forth, I get vexed. So I have to have somebody to comfort me or to talk to here with me. So I have one or two brothers that I can do that with, but you don't want to wear them out neither, because they got to go through the same thing you're going through. So we be wearing each other out, but we trying to hold on what we got. Sit back and watch the glory of the Most High. That's what we doing. It's happening day by day by day. The Most High has brought, you know how they would say in baseball, they're bringing out the broom or it's a sweep. Man, the Most High got the vacuum out now. The vortex is out. That tempest is here, and it is wiping out. Because the more and more I see my people, man, I'm sorry, man. Every day, we are actually polluting this place out here, what we call Earth. From corner to corner, I see this this plague out here. You know, this man on man, woman on woman thing. But in more, it's not looking good for us, y'all. Every time I turn around, I see this thing. This is a bad plague, man. This is distinction. This is depopulation. This is genocide. So I want to make that second Exodus. I got to pray that the Most High help me. I hope I can live to see, like he said in second Exodus. I want to see. I want to be left behind to see, because there's a lot being taken out right now. All right. With that said, man, I hope everybody had them a nice Passover, a glorious Passover. You know, I pray and hope that I can make it a better for me next year. The Most High allow me to, as I continue to go through the Feast of Unleavened Bread with strength and with prayer. Right? I need you, Most High, and I appreciate you. Kwam Yasha'Allah. Everybody stay strong and stay focused once again. And let's walk daily, man, to try to make this second Exodus. But it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. It's not gonna be a free ride. We got to earn it. We got to go through some stuff to get there, you know. So just buckle up, man. Buckle up. It is what it is. Let's comfort one another. And with that, I said Shabbat Shalom. Hey, Shabbat Shalom, family. Hang in there.